In Malaysia, LGBT is still a small group of people, but we need to take attention for this group, and this will be a really important issue for our future. In my opinion, I think that we can accept LGBT so it won't affect our economy. This is because there are a lot of LGBT are talented person with high education. If we doesn't accept LGBT in Malaysia, we will losing talented person. This will affect our economy. And this is why I think that mostly LGBT is high education people because they are open mind and they mostly know more and think more about it. They think open mind and they won't be so tradition. And besides, most people with high education, they mostly won't marry so earlier like the others, and they will choose what they really love. That's all for me.
Okay, I agree with Miss Claire for that. There also be the difficulty because there are possibility that investor or people who are afraid of this community. They could go to they could because our government doesn't support them. I mean, alone, the country is nation because our country need a lot of money or financial to develop the country to become a well-developed country and well known to other countries. That's all.
So for me, I do not support the rights of LGBT because in Malaysia, Malaysia is practice Islam and the conservative rules, so we shouldn't support LGBT. But then, although we don't support the LGBT, doesn't mean that we can discriminate them because they also like us too, right? So we should treat them like human also. We shouldn't like normalize the LGBT behavior, but we can teach them in a good way, like us normal people do, not by violence.
Besides, I think that if we accept LGBT in Malaysia, maybe we can reduce the number of orphan because if LGBT then marriage, they can help us to adopt more orphan and reduce the number of orphan that the government need to take care. But I think that this is about long term to say because we cannot say that the LGBT can really take care of the orphan. But in other side, I think it might can help. But for Malaysia, if we want to accept LGBT, we have a lot need to talk about religion, about race, because different religion they have different way think about LGBT, right?
Yes, true. You did say about the adoption, right? So of course, baby come from a male and female, so they might, if the couple is like an example, a gay couple, so it's a man and man, and then the baby will ask, father, who is my mother? And then the kid will be like asking the whole time, and then the father didn't know how to answer because he is a gay father, and then it's hard to explain to the kid. So they need to wait for the kid to be bigger, maybe around 18 normal thing to do, but it's actually not normal. We can't do that actually. So I think that's why
Well, this is a problem too.
yes.
But I think it's better for the orphan to be alone without love from family. Mm,
Because like sometimes if the baby was left at the orphanage since the since they were 1 year old, so it's hard to know.
yes,
You don't know with the family.
we never try before, so we can be difficult to talk about this.
Yes.
It also to give a bad impact to the generation because when LGBT is normalized and it may become culture to younger generation and they are considered as normal in the country regardless of religion. For example, there are some influencer may doing a live in Instagram live with minors. So I worry expose the children with the activity normal activity, and expose them to the pornography or negative impact to them just because of transgender is a normal thing. So there are many people activity keep coming out from life.
So, Julika, you means that if we accept LGBT, it will affect the new generation because they think that the the LGBT is normal. Unlike now, we think that LGBT is abnormal for us. But if future we accept, the new generation will think that is normal, and the number of LGBT will increase, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, somehow,
Sure.
my line is low.
Mm. It's okay. Later I can cut.
Okay.
Mm. Well, how about birth rate? I think that they will have discussed about this problem.
Okay.
Something, something,
But I think that if we say that the birth rate will be affected because of LGBT, but even though we don't accept LGBT in Malaysia, but those who are really LGBT, they won't marry even though the LGBT is being prohibited in Malaysia. They won't marry and the birth rate will still be affected. So I think that maybe we can choose a better way to accept LGBT or just we can also not accept but don't prohibit them, right?
Yes. Yes.
I think it is the best way because if we don't accept them, they will feel angry and they will have no right because they are also human like us, but they have a different way. So everyone give a conclusion.
Wait.
the government can consider a law to allow the non-Muslims to marry suspect. Okay, if they want a right, a right for the community. For the Muslim, I feel that they will not support them, but if they be a part of the community, I think we can guide them to the religion. Yes.
Yes. So for me, I think LGBT people are also human, right? So we should not discriminate them. We need to bring them back to the religion. As I said that LGBT is prohibited in Malaysia, so we should teach them we should make them teach them to do the right thing, as we can reduce the LGBT community among the nation. That's it from me. Thank you.
Well, for me, in conclusion, I think that we can slowly accept but not allow everyone or only the non-Muslim to be allowed to marriage or to be together in Malaysia for the LGBT. Well, besides, maybe we can add on, government can add on some in the education that teach the younger generation that what is LGBT and how to let them know what is LGBT that is allowed or not, like this, so the younger generation can know, but not only in social media but in their school they can know about what is LGBT. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.